Have you ever seen a mountain move? Of course, in real life, the answer is most likely no. So thank goodness for professional wrestling. In pro wrestling, meat mountains fly around like cruiserweights. However, these super heavyweights could punch you so hard you change your star sign. Meat is not just the name of Shawn Stasiak when he was part of the Attitude Era faction PMS. It is also a phrase that is thrown around a lot in professional wrestling nowadays for the super heavyweights of the business. Seeing bigger wrestlers throw around their power and strength is something that audiences love to see, to the point where fans are pushing to see tournaments and specific titles created for all wrestlers who fit into this category. Okay, maybe not specific titles, as Lord knows we have enough belts in the industry at the moment, but more of a meaty division that is for one belt, say the United States title, and more of a technical cruiserweight style for another, for example the Intercontinental Championship. After all, who doesn't love seeing big meaty men slapping meat, as Big E would say, or as normal people would say, a hossfest, or with super special workers, exquisite examples of pork de soleil matches, the kind that Keith Lee and Dominik Dijakovic toured the world with. A big reason for the increased popularity of this match type is because of how many talented super heavyweights there are in the industry nowadays. There are tons of talented workers who are making a name for themselves right now by bringing physical, hard-hitting action to the ring, with some often blending incredible athletic ability alongside this power, strength and general meatiness. Welcome to Honor Wrestling Club, and today's video we are experiencing meat madness. And let's not slip into a meat coma here as we count down the 10 best super heavyweights in wrestling today. Enjoy this meatathon and welcome to the club. Before we begin though, I'd just like to take a moment to ask you to please hit the like button and the subscribe button. Go on, it costs you nothing and it really helps out the channel. So thank you, love you, bye! In number 10, we start out with Obafemi, who is quickly making a name for himself as he grows his name in NXT. Obafemi is one of WWE's newest wrestlers, but the fact that he's already won the North American Championship and is currently the reigning, defending and undisputed NXT champion showcases the type of performer that he is, and the excitement that surrounds him. After all, according to Corey Brennan of Fightful, WWE view Obafemi as a future main eventer and WWE champion. He has a commanding presence due to his size, and that's something he has used effectively thus far in his career. Femi has a physical approach inside the ring and doesn't focus on bringing pretty moves to his matches. Instead, he leans into his size and smashes through his opponents like the goddamn juggernaut, which allows the fans to know what they're getting into when watching him. In number 9, we have Big E, who, although he is on the shelf, he is a major proponent for wrestlers slapping meat. When it comes to wrestlers who are considered to be meaty, Big E, or a nickname that he gave to himself of Choc Lesnar, is actually on the smaller side of the scale, as he would normally be seen as a traditional heavyweight. However, out of all of the wrestlers in the business, none have pushed the idea of meat in wrestling more than Big E, which is why he is so damn good at it. Big E knows what he wants to see from this type of wrestling, with big hard-hitting collisions being the idea. The former New Day star certainly provides that, all while being capable of launching himself out of the ring, which often pops the crowd, and gyrating his hips around as though aliens are controlling them. In number 8, we have Miro, who often beats his opponents down to set up a submission finish. Miro might have no problem showcasing both his physical and verbal charisma, and making fans laugh when he wants to, but when it is time to play a serious character, he is also able to do this extremely well. That's because he's such a strong in-ring talent, blending his hard-hitting approach with a mixture of submissions and strikes to truly get himself over. His matches always flow really nicely, and whenever Miro is given time for his matches, he always manages to get fans on their feet with the work that he puts on. And given that everything seems to be pointing towards him leaving AEW and going back to WWE, we could be getting the return of Rusev Day. In number 7, we have Lance Archer, who is effective with his work as he's extremely aggressive inside the ring. Lance Archer is a veteran of the wrestling world, but someone who is going to get more focus if the meat wrestling continues to be pushed, because he is excellent at it. The AEW star isn't about pretty moves and instead has a smash mouth style that looks effective and allows fans to be simply spellbound by his work. They can believe that there's a real element and precision to everything that he does, and that is what makes Archer such an effective wrestler. When he's given the chance to shine, which hopefully will be more often with the exploding popularity of meaty wrestling, he looks like a megastar. In number 6, we have Bronson Reed, who has no problem taking to the sky, and he always makes a major impact inside the ring. Bronson Reed ticks all the boxes that you need to be a hard-hitting super heavyweight wrestler, as he has a no-nonsense style inside the ring that people really enjoy watching. His style can most effectively be described as, here is my entire body, catch it! Everything he does is effective and believable, and Reed doesn't rush through his spots, which is what makes his matches a lot of fun to watch. He's also quite unique in the fact that he can move at a real pace when he wants to, which includes some great moves from the top rope, including his Tsunami finishing move, which is approaching punt kick levels of protection. It makes him a great wrestler to have on the roster, and Reed makes it work in his favour, and here's hoping that he doesn't lose a beat when he's back from his ankle injury. In number 5, we have Braun Strowman, who is truly the monster among all monsters, and his feats of strength are very impressive. Braun Strowman is the perfect example of a super heavyweight due to the fact that he can get around the ring with incredible speed while also being able to showcase unbelievable strength. Also, he has a kind of physique that, had it been around in the 90s, would have made Vince McMahon tap dance across a sea of glass to snap him up as a signing, if he could have beaten off WCW first, that is. Some of the things he's done in WWE have left fans stunned to watch, and that's why he had so much success and popularity in his tenure. Strowman will happily run through his opponents, thankfully no longer with a choo-choo train, but still thoroughly entertaining. However, at the same time, he brings a ton of charisma, whether that be verbal or physical, to every single aspect of what he does. He pushes character into all of his matches, and that is crucial for being a top-level wrestler. In number 4, we have Powerhouse Hobbs, who is a major star for the future, and he has been impressing in All Elite Wrestling. With a name such as Powerhouse Hobbs, the pressure is certainly on him to be an effective big man who is capable of delivering on the expectations that get set on him from the get-go. However, it is clear he has a high level of skill, and that is why fans enjoy watching him perform. Hobbs likes to ragdoll his opponents around the ring, and that's something only people of his size can get away with. He always hits hard and fills his matches with great power moves to help establish him inside the ring. It's been fairly stop-start booking in AEW, however his recent form has given some stability and direction. And even though he did lose on Dynamite a couple of weeks ago to Jon Moxley, hopefully he can keep on going and make it huge, as he has all the necessary tools to be a huge name in the industry. In number 3, we have Ivar, who can bring real athleticism to the ring, and he has often been overlooked in WWE. At times throughout his career, Ivar has been quite simply overlooked. But in the past few years, he's been able to truly step up and showcase what he is capable of inside the ring, especially as a single star. Ivar brings some huge power moves with a perfect mix of athleticism, whether he's leaping from the top rope or he's connecting with a hellacious spinning heel kick. He always makes things look impressive and easy. However, he can also pull out a cartwheel in the middle of his matches and take his pace to another level at the drop of a hat, and nobody bats an eyelid or thinks that's a bit ridiculous now. It makes him unpredictable to watch, and it's one of the reasons he's starting to get a lot more credit as a super heavyweight, and it also really helps him stand out and make the War Raiders stand out as well as part of a unit. In number 2, we have Samoa Joe, whose experience is clear to see, as the star of the upcoming Yakuza game has had an unforgettable career. Having had pretty much to run in every major company from TNA to WWE to AEW, to name but a few of the many companies that Joe has worked for, he is now classified as a veteran of the wrestling industry at this stage in his career. What is insane about Samoa Joe though, is that he's still working at an incredibly high level and showcasing no signs of slowing down. Joe knows what he does well, and he leans into it, which is due to the experience that he had in the ring. Joe blends beautiful brawling with terrific technique, sublime submissions and precise power moves, all while being able to shift through the gears and throw himself out the ring when he needs to. He also has an incredible level of physical and verbal charisma, which so few wrestlers possess, let alone amongst the big meaty men. Few wrestlers boast the level of psychology that Joe does, and that in itself is one of the reasons he is one of the most skilled wrestlers around, not just in the big meaty men division we're building here. And at number 1, we have Brody King, who is the overall package, and he is ready for much bigger opportunities. Out of all the super heavyweight wrestlers in the business right now, Brody King truly ticks all of the boxes when fans look for meat wrestling. His hard-hitting nature is incredibly believable, as fans truly buy into the idea that he is destroying people with his moves. I mean, just take a look at the matches he had against Darby Allin to see examples of this to be the case. Everything King does looks incredibly impactful, and the fact that he's able to move around the ring at the pace of a man much smaller than him makes him feel even more dangerous. It allows him to work perfectly against a variety of different styles, making him more versatile than most wrestlers of his size. And with the news that Malachi Black is likely leaving AEW, it seems as though it is finally time to see Brody King go solo and get the much deserved push he has earned. So let's see what the future holds for Mr. King. And there you have it. There is our list of the best big meaty men in the business of large meaty men. However, as always, the most important part of the industry is you, the beautiful fans who watch all of the content out there. So let me know what you think of the video. Who is your favourite meaty wrestler? And be sure to let me know in the comments down below. Be sure to click the thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to help out the channel, and share it around so we can build a thriving community here at Honor Wrestling Club. And be sure to give me any feedback you may have regarding the video itself. However, that is all for now, so I'd like to thank you for watching and welcome you to the club. See ya!